Okay, hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to today's meeting. A few announcements I'll start off with is one is the first is please, I think most of you do it, but just a reminder, please rename yourself to a first and last name so we can know who's here attending our meeting. If you need help, we have our tech team members here, Patricia Ng and Dick Evans. They can help you out with that. The other thing I want to do is I want to thank Carol Kosry for she's often helping us out, reposting the link to today's meeting. Just a couple of reminders. It doesn't change. So if you want to post it on your calendar, as in your reminder, it could be there. It's in the newsletter. It's always in our newsletter. And our newsletter is always posted. Well, it's posted on our website, thanks to our webmaster. Let's see, the next thing. Announcement, Linda Waters is going to have some surgery next week. So if you know Linda, it's on her thinker shoulder or rotator cuff, something like that. So she'll be in a little sling for a few weeks. So I don't know. She might get a little bored. So in the next couple of weeks, whatever, drop her a line or say hi if you know Linda. And the other thing today, the real big announcement I have today, so I want to introduce Sean. Sean Senko's here today. I think Sean has her camera on. Sean is going to replace, she's our replacement for Linda's position. No one can really replace Linda Waters, of course, but Sean's going to be starting on February 13th up there at the extension office. So I'm glad to have Sean coming on board. So that's a real big announcement. Big announcement, but a couple other things, just a reminder that there's no training class this winter like we usually do. I'm moving it to the summer. And the reason I did, it was asked to offer it at a different time so that the program can be more inclusive to other folks who may not be able to, to attend during the winter for whatever reason. So it's going to be during the summer. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday nights. This is pretty much, I'm starting to form it up now. Starting at 6 to 9, probably go to all June, all July. Probably have one Saturday event where I'm asking all the folks to meet up together, probably July 15th. In order to do this class this time around, what I have to do is in March, I'm going to send out an announcement. Anyone interested in the class, they have to do the background check. They're asking you to do the background check first. And from that pool of people that do the background check, they can now be eligible to take the class. So at that same time, when I do that, that's going to be the time, it's going to be sometime in March. If there's any master gardener who I'm calling missing, maybe who didn't do the background check last time and decide maybe I do want to, I will do the background check. That's the time to do it. So we only have like an open season, if you will, for about 1 month. So I know there's 2 or 3 people who want to come back on board. So if you know of anybody, I'm going to do that. Hopefully get that all done at once, work with our folks here at the University of Maryland Extension to get that announcement out. And so it'll only be about 30 days when I'll put this announcement out and asking for people to go fill in the background check. And then, because then I get those names, they have to pass it. It's a big procedure now. So, and more to come on that later on as we go down the road. So I think I probably forgot something. I usually do. And usually in the past, it was Michael sort of catch me for anything I missed. But now it's Renew. So right now I'm going to pass things over to Renew. Or is it Linda
Either
first?
Way.
Okay.
I'll go ahead, and then Linda
okay.
will introduce our speaker also. So I think that's a good flow. Well,
Right.
thanks so much, Steve, and welcome everybody. Again, a friendly reminder to please identify yourselves in Zoom and change your name. The tech team is always available to help you. So welcome to our February monthly meeting. I've got a number of announcements today, and just as a reminder, Carol Kosary, our secretary for the board, will kindly summarize those and send those out after. So you don't need to take any notes, and I'll pop some links in the chat in case something that I mention is interesting to you or you want to take some action today. So let's start with one of the topics that we covered at our January meeting, which is the approval of the updated policies and guidelines. So we're going to take a vote today during this meeting. I'll give Steve a minute to pop that question, that approval question up on the screen. But while he's doing that, we did receive some feedback after last month's meeting. So thank you for the thoughtful questions that came through. And any questions that came in before January 17th, which was like the comment period, were discussed by the board, and it actually did result in one change regarding the procedure if our board vote was a tie. So I think that was a helpful observation and led to some change. And then we did receive some later feedback, and I know Steve is considering that and will be in touch with those that reached out. So with that being said, I think I can't see the screen for some reason, but hopefully you see it there.
Well, I'm going to make one little edit on my question.
Okay.
I noticed.
All right.
So I'm going to circle back to that. We'll maybe do that then.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We can absolutely circle back to that. So now that was the teaser for the vote. So let's move on. The next announcement is regarding dues. So our annual dues campaign is underway. So thanks so much for those who've paid online or via check. So far, we've received, as of this morning, 45 checks and 52 payments through Eventbrite, which is our online payment system. So please consider, if you haven't already paid, consider voluntarily paying your dues and supporting our organisation. I will pop in the chat once I've finished the announcements, the link to pay dues online. And if you wish to send a check, you can find our treasurer's details on VMS. So thank you all for your support on that front. And then the remaining 3 announcements are focused on volunteer opportunities, which is fantastic. So now we know the season is about to start. The first of which is an opportunity to join the Therapeutic Horticulture Committee. And this announcement is on behalf of Lisa Diamond and Wendy Band. They've shared some background, and I'd like to share it with you all because it's just so uplifting to hear the story behind it. So, longtime Master Gardener and member of the Therapeutic Horticulture Program team at St. Raphael's Assisted Living in Rockville, Dorothy Sau, has received a very generous donation from a philanthropic friend who loves our TH work that Dorothy's a part of. We've received a $5,000 donation to the Victory Housing, so not to Master Gardeners, but in conjunction with that organisation, which is the program that runs St. Raphael's, and it's to be used for a specific TH project. So in consultation with that group, they've determined that they would like to create an accessible, mostly flower-filled garden. And there are 2 ways that you can help with this program of volunteering. So Dorothy doesn't have the expertise in building such an accessible garden, but she's going to take the lead in planning it and is looking for another Master Gardener who's willing to share the organisational aspects of shepherding the program. And the other opportunity is to work in conjunction with the Therapeutic Horticulture Durwood Garden leads. That's Bob Loesch and Virginia White Mahaffey, who have committed to help actually building the garden. So we do need some boots on the ground to support and execute that project. So whether you are interested in both roles or either role, the team would love to hear from you, and I'll pop email addresses for Lisa and Dorothy in the chat. So please consider that opportunity. The next announcement is for the Speakers Bureau on behalf of Cindy Langstaff. So the Speakers Bureau roster is growing and talks are increasing every week so we can better serve the community. We have 2 opportunities to volunteer. The first one is, well, firstly, to join, there's an upcoming committee meeting that will be held on February 8th, that's next Wednesday, via Zoom at 10 a.m. The meeting is to update the committee participants on the program since the last meeting in August 2020. If you're not on the regular email list for those meetings, I'll pop Cindy's and Deborah's email address in the chat, and you could reach out to them and get the details for the meeting. And then the volunteer opportunities, there are 2 opportunities that are opening up. The Speakers Bureau is looking to expand 2 of their subcommittees with additional volunteers. The first is the Data Committee, which is chaired by Alan Perper, and the Schedulers Subcommittee, which is chaired by Teresa Lopez. All the volunteer opportunities here are remote and training is provided, and it's a great way to earn volunteer hours for anyone who's a very detailed oriented person and would enjoy supporting the speakers group. So again, I'll place Cindy's and Deborah's name in the chat once I'm wrapped up here. And then the final announcement is on behalf of the in-person plant clinics. So on behalf of Beth Meyer and Afana Ali, the co-chairs. So starting this morning, plant clinics are accepting volunteer sign-ups for the following locations: Brookside Gardens, Davis Library in Bethesda, Gaithersburg Library, Kensington Farmers Market, and Twin Brook Library in Rockville. So there's a number of steps to secure your spot. So I'll actually show you the page that you could hop into, but you would click the link of the location you wish to volunteer at, enter your name against the dates that you would like to volunteer, and then to make sure your name is saved, you would just click on another cell, and that somehow that's how Google Sheets will save your preference. There'll be more signups opening soon, and you will be able to do that today. The links are live on the website. So those are all the other announcements. Steve, are you
ready?
in a good place? All right.
I'm going to launch the poll question, and we'll have it open for 1 minute. I'll time it. I'm just going to launch it now. Okay. So please vote. I don't know who will be first. Oh, we got 1 vote. Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, thank you all for your support. So we'll make sure to post the approved guidelines up on the website. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I will share my screen and just identify firstly where all those volunteer opportunities can be found, and then I'll hand over the virtual mic to Linda. As Steve had mentioned earlier about the new class, I just popped the link in for all the information that Steve mentioned in case you'd like to share that with anyone in your circle. I'll point out a couple of links. This is from the home page, but we do have a link to pay your membership dues right at the top under our mission statement. So that should be easy to find if you want to use the online payment method. If you are looking for volunteer opportunities, scroll down a little, and under the 4 Master Gardeners, you'll find all the opportunities I mentioned, some description of them. So here are the plant clinics. I mentioned the link, so you would click into whichever location you want and sign up. There was also a therapeutic horticulture opportunity. So here's a brief summary of that. And further down, Speakers Bureau and the volunteer opportunities here as well. So hopefully that's helpful for you all to navigate through and start the volunteering year strong. So with that being said, I would like to hand the virtual mic over to Linda to acknowledge our Master Gardeners and introduce our speaker today. Thanks, Linda.
Great. Good morning, everybody. Let me just get my screen up. So we have quite a few people to recognize today. I thought the hearts were an appropriate picture for today, February. So I wanted to go through and just highlight our chair people for different committees. And so under the information tables and education, we have plant clinics, urban gardening, one-time table, virtual Q&A, and you see the chairpersons. So if you're interested in any of those committees, you could get a hold of them. And the red asterisks are people who are new. So Irfani Ali and Maureen Thomas are new chairpersons. Hands-on education, Ann Hilliard is now the program director. She's new. And that includes the Baywise program, Growing Gardeners, the Food Rescue Gleaning, the Therapeutic Horticulture, and the Youth Gardens. And Emma Brennan is new to that as a chair. So if you're interested in any of those programs, you can get in touch with those folks. And oops, there we go. For the demonstration gardens, we have the Wood End Learning Garden, the Beale Dawson Garden, Durwood, the National Library of Medicine Herb Garden, the USO Garden, and the Fairgrounds Gardens. And Sandy is new to helping out with the Herb Garden as a chair. Major education events, Blair Zucker is now the program director, and we thank her for taking that job. And then the major education events include Close Encounters with Agriculture, Spring Conference, Grow It, Eat It, Harvest Festival, and Speakers Bureau. And Barbara McMeekin is taking over the Spring Conference. So again, if you're interested in any of those things, you could contact the chair folks. The Communications Committee has the seed, social events, the intern training, and the public relations. And Ann Kelly is helping with some public relations, and that's new. Task force, just things that need to get done. Tech team, fall conference, social media, website and multimedia, and the VMS system. So all those folks are veterans at being co-chairs. And then we have 33 new master gardeners. These are interns who have gotten their 40 hours over the past year. And so I wanted to highlight their names. And if they're working with one of your committees or you come across them as you go through the next year, please welcome them as new master gardeners. We're very excited to have them on board. And I think that leaves us, I don't know, 17 or so, or 10, 15, I don't know, people who will be finishing up their hours this coming year. And we have two highlighted people today. Yumiko Maria, she's with the Walter Reed USO Healing Garden. She's one of the co-chairs, and she's a main organizer of the sessions they do with the patients there at the hospital. She designs plant programs that can help patients that are going through PTSD treatments. And then the staff does counseling that kind of plays off those garden activities. And the whole group manages patients and walks them through the gardens. They take care of the gardens. Yumiko does a lot of the propagating of plants. Sometimes she says that she's the crazy plant lady. But whatever you want to call her, we're very happy that she's helping with the USO Healing Garden. And then Pat Musey is works with the children's program. Pat's been the leader of the Discover Flowers program for many years. And this year, she's stepped up to help mentor a lot of the new program leaders. So thank you, Pat, for all you do and for all your guidance that you're giving new master gardeners that are taking over different programs within the children's program. So thank you. And that's it for me. I'm going to stop my screen. That's it for recognition.